Hey, my name's Tom Beal, and welcome to the Simplifier app. You are soon going to have access to the Simplifier app, but if you're here and you either know me for many years or are in the stage of who the heck is this Tom Beal guy, let me give you a brief overview. Who the heck is Tom Beal? Well, we're going to get to the wall of gratitude here in a minute, but the brief rundown, how can I explain it? Okay, born to teenagers, 17-year-old mother, 19-year-old father, raised around 4 divorces and 6 marriages between my two parents, went to 9 different schools by 8th grade. Through all that, obviously, there was a lot of tears, a lot of lessons learned. I probably wouldn't wish that on anybody, but it built me into who I am today, and I'm thankful for that. All the adversities, all the challenges that were faced during that, and even amidst all that, I had love. Like, I'm not pointing fingers at my parents or anything like that. I had massive love, and I had my parents instill in me whatever I wanted to achieve. If I truly believed in it, if I truly gave it my heart, I could achieve it. And I took that to heart, and during that childhood became pretty good at athletics, pretty good in school. So I was a good runner when I ran. I was a good baseball player when I played that. I was a good football player when I played that prior to high school. And then I got into BMX freestyle bike riding. And very shortly, I excelled. I became a national champion within a few short years, from not knowing anything to getting mentors who helped me along the way excel in my practice and fine tuning my skills to become that national champion. So as a teenager, that was pretty cool. Had sponsors and toured and did a lot of fun things. You'll see some of that in the Wall of Gratitude here shortly. Was also a decent wrestler, but at the wrestling point, I didn't believe it in my mind until later. We'll get to some of that possibly, but also was pretty good at school. Long story short, a late bloomer, right? I won't get into the physical details, but I wrestled 91 my freshman year, 91 my sophomore year, 105 pounds my junior year, and 119 pounds my senior year. Didn't hit puberty roughly till my senior year. So as the late bloomer, I also, looking back, I was innocent, way younger. Or for way longer, right? And once I broke that, went down a path of discovery of a lot of self-destruction and things of that nature. So I went to college, and versus going to school and versus wrestling, what I went there for, I got caught up in the party scene. I got caught up in girls and alcohol and things of that nature. Long story short, 3 semesters later, dropped out. And then that was a whole discovery period. What next? And there's a lot of stories I get into in the app upcoming about that. And then through just bumping into certain situations and whatnot, ended up working in a factory. So working in this factory and was excelling at that, giving it my all. And someone in that factory told me, "You don't belong here." I took it personally first, like, what do you mean I don't belong here? Like, do you want to be here 20 years from now? Like, I see you and me 20 years ago. And basically he planted a seed of like, wow, I never even thought of that, thinking in advance. I was just doing the best that I knew how at that particular job. And he's like, I just sense you're bigger and better. Like, I don't want you to wake up 20 years from now and still be here like I am. And he planted a seed. Well, that seed led to me getting a second job at the mall. And at the mall, a Marine Corps recruiter came over to me and asked a key question, said, "Are you happy?" And you'll get to know me if you don't already, a very happy, very optimistic person. And at that particular point, I said, you know what, versus saying, yeah, things great, like, you know what, not really happy. He's like, come talk to me. Do you like to travel? I said, I love to travel. Do you play any sports? I wrestle. How'd you like to wrestle for the Marine Corps? I'm like, what? He's like, travel the world, wrestle. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. All lies. But it got me to speak with him, and it got me to, very short order, quit both my jobs and end up in Marine Corps boot camp. While in Marine Corps boot camp, I became the scribe pretty much right away, writing down with the drill instructors the events of the upcoming day on 3x5 cards for them. And then halfway through the 3-month hell journey that it was, I was appointed guide. A guide is the one basically had to rally everyone together and be the leader of the platoon as such. And that was not something I strived for. It was just me being a high performer and being the top runner, and they noticed that and they put me in as guide. Well, I rallied our platoon together. We ended up winning everything you could win. We won drill, we won the rifle range high score, we won the physical fitness test high score, and we won the academic scoring. All that you can win, we won, because I pulled everyone together. And what I found is that's one of my strengths, of being that guide, being that leader. And that's what you'll find in the Simplifier app as well. So we went on to do that. And then through my 4 years of active duty in the Marine Corps, I was meritoriously promoted out of boot camp at my MOS school. I was a Hawk Missile Systems operator, 7222 in El Paso, Texas, where I had my schooling, and then a couple other meritorious promotions in my 4 years as well. And then at the end of the 4-year period, ups and downs, but I pictured myself as being a lifer. There were some situations that occurred, actually similar to the movie with Tom Cruise. There was a hazing incident, and I was at the top, involved in this hazing incident to make sure it didn't get out of hand. And just by choosing to be there, I also chose the consequences that were there. So went through that path. All was good. I got an honorable discharge after my 4 years, and I was back on the rise. I was meritoriously promoted before getting out. But that was a wake-up call. And I said, you know what? I think there's more for me to accomplish in life. And I pictured myself as a lifer, 20 years plus in the military. But I served 93 to 97, which is, in recent history, the only peace years of pretty much America, right? And after my 4 years of active duty, there's 4 years of inactive duty. My 4 years of inactive duty expired right before 9/11 of '01. And that's when, they were still able to call me back. Had that happened a few months prior, I may have been called back. So long story short, did the Marine Corps stint, went into back to college, got my associate's degree in business administration, and then ended up being in sales, and was number one in 5 separate sales organizations. And there's stories behind that. I reached the top and thought the view would be different. So I went to another one, reached the top, thought the view would be different, thought the results would be better, on and on and on. And realized I'm pretty much psychologically unemployable, and it's time for me to venture out as an entrepreneur. And after being the national bicycle champion, a high-performing Marine, high-performing wrestler, and high-performing salesperson, I figured, I've got this. This should be simple. And immediately fell flat on my face and was wondering what the heck is going on. This journey of transitioning from a high performer in corporate America to being a high-performing entrepreneur had more T's to cross and I's to dot than I ever would have imagined. And that was a very, very painful learning curve until I applied what I learned to be not knowing anything to being a national champion in bike riding, not knowing anything in about the Marine Corps to being the guide and the honor graduate and all those fun things. And number one in 5 separate sales organizations. I looked at the commonalities and applied that to my entrepreneur journey and teamed up with key people. That was another huge trajectory modifier, and namely 2 key players in the internet marketing space. Teamed up with Mike Filsame for 5 years, from 2006 to 2011. We worked together and produced over $20 million in results, providing massive value worldwide, speaking on stages worldwide, and you'll see some of the pictures in the Wall of Gratitude, getting to know and become friends with some of the best marketers alive during that process. Then went on to become president of strategic profits for Rich Sheffrin, another amazing mind, one of the best marketing minds alive today, and produced ridiculously amazing value and results around the globe with Rich and strategic profits. And then once again decided to go off on my own. And from there became the consultant, the speaker, the product creator, the author that I am today. But funny enough, still lessons to be learned and continual lessons to be learned. That's this journey. Tony Robbins, you'll see pictures of me and Tony in here. CANI, constant and never-ending improvement. And the fun part about this whole day and age we live in today, the one thing you can count on is change. So that's the brief story of who the heck I am and what's in it for you. What's in it for you is that's summarizing my 45 years and however many minutes we've been going here, 5, 6, 7 minutes. There's details and there's stories that I've been able to share on stage that have connected the dots in people's minds to where it took them from where they were. And generally, many of the people who cross paths with me are already high performers, but it connects dots to let them know there's ways to become even more profitable, more successful, which doesn't require more work, right? You can't work 10 times harder. You can't work 10 times more. I'm all about simplification. How can I get the same results in half the amount of time? How can I put the processes together to where I'm working less and earning way more? Sounds counterintuitive to the people who hear it, but it's an amazing celebration time when you achieve it and when you connect those dots and learn how. And that's what I do in the Simplifier. Real short, brief value that's provided on a daily basis in there. Some of it is stuff that I post on Facebook Live, and then other is app-only content, where only the people that have the app, like yourself shortly, are able to access. It's not publicly accessible. And that's where I get deeper into some topics that let's call it what it is, that many clients invest $3,000 a month to learn from me. And I'm super blessed to work with these amazingly awesome and successful people, but there's more, right? There's more to it. So you gain access to some of this app-only content. Now, they chat one-on-one with me. We won't be chatting one-on-one. However, you can leave comments in the Q&A section of each of the portions of the app where I can reply with audio message at my earliest convenience. It's not a bat line, anything like that. It's at my earliest convenience. I reply generally with an audio message inside the app. So that's what's waiting for you. Massive bite-sized chunks of value that are documenting my journey. Basically, I lead a pretty cool life, and I'm doing some amazing things, working with incredible people, and I share my big aha moments and my takeaways and things that I feel can simplify your life and improve your results at the same time. So that's all waiting for you inside the app. And now let me do a little bit of smiling and reflecting and go through the wall of gratitude here. Obviously, well, you'll learn after you register down here, there's a brief video of me describing what success is, and I go into my Trinity success method, talking about health, relationships, and finances. So at the top here, my amazing fiance Wanda, our amazing children, grandparents, family, sisters, cousins, brothers, lots of stories to each of these pictures. You know, my mom passed at 52, my dad passed a couple years later at 56. I had a near-death experience, you know, all these things. Talk about health, how to go from fat to thin, how to turn your bank account reverse, thin to fat. Hanging out with celebrities in the marketing world and outside the marketing world, living the life I only dreamed of. And one of the things that fulfills me most is helping connect the dots with others who have big dreams, have aspirations, know they're psychologically unemployable, know that they're either just starting their journey or have already achieved some success, but are looking to take it to a higher level. That's what my gift is. I guess I probably should put some testimonials and stuff in there, but that's what I do. I help people get from where they are to where they want to be in the quickest, easiest, simplest manner possible. And that's what you're going to be learning inside the Simplifier app. Man, growing up and graduating in 1990, it was amazing to meet Bobby Brown, Coolio, Mini-Me, Vanilla Ice, what the heck's his name? He's cool. Mind Freak, all sorts of great people. Pauly Shore, Suge Knight. Lots of cool, interesting conversations, to say the least. So it's been an amazing journey, and the journey continues. And here's what's true for me. Here's what's true for you. My best is yet to come, and your best is yet to come. I'm honored that our paths cross. I'm excited to get to know you better inside the app and through the other gifts that are waiting for you inside there. So go register. Here's some childhood stuff. Pretty cool. So there's the Marine Corps stuff. There's the old wrestling me. There's the bicycling me. Lots and lots of fun stuff. The memory lane, and this is my wall of gratitude. It puts a smile on my face every time I go through it. That's my grandparents were given this. Your grandson has been selected as the honor man of his platoon. He's demonstrated effort, or the attributes of a Marine to a degree not displayed by any other member of his platoon. Please be my guest at the graduation ceremony. The battalion sergeant major. That was pretty cool. Honor graduate, Tom Beal. That was one of my proudest moments. That was pretty darn cool. All right. And speaking on stage, meeting amazing people, changing the trajectory of people's lives is my passion. And that leads to this app. That's what I do on a regular basis. We don't have to be at a live event chatting and discussing what's working, what's not working, how can we improve things and whatnot. We can do this on a regular basis inside the app, wherever you are throughout the world. That's the beauty of today's technology. That's the beauty of the Simplifier app. Register below. I will see you inside the app. And until next time, make today great. Make today great. Bye for now.